Good morning, everybody. It is a overcast, foggy, thick as pea soup day. It is a Friday, and it's about lunchtime. I hope y'all are well and having a good time. Thought I might talk about the what I consider to be the areas of life that a man goes through. Starting with the dream, that idealized state that we all kind of start with. Some people want to call it the blue pill. The sweet dreams of youth, that area where we think all things are possible, that we can do all things, that the possibilities are endless, that we can make all of our dreams come true. The next phase is what I call the awakening. And the awakening is that area where you start to realize that nothing that you thought as the dreamer was going to happen. You see your possibilities fading away. You see things standing in your way. Things just aren't happening the way you want them to. That's the awakening. And then comes, from the awakening, you go into the disillusionment, where everything just seems to be, the world is a negative place. They're all out to get you. Nothing seems right. And from there, it just goes into this real negative state. And if you're lucky, you come out of it on the other side, going into what I call the hermitage, or this area where you become a hermit for a while. You go into an area of introspection. You're so burned out from the disillusionment that you're kind of in a depressed state. You don't want to go out and see the world, because you've been forced to see the world as it is, with no rewards for it. No rewards for your efforts, or at least so it seems. And it's kind of a fight or flight situation. You're in this place where you kind of shut off from the world for a time. And while you're in there, you can either just lick your wounds and kind of stay there, which a lot of people do. They go into this hermetic state and stay kind of locked into this area. Current thing is called MGTOW, or incel, or MGTOW monks even, which is really a negative response to things that have happened in your life that just kind of didn't sit well with you. You didn't get the girl. You didn't make $1 million by the time you were 30. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And so you wind up kind of going off on your own and just kind of staying there pouting, for lack of a better way of putting it. The problem is that you stay there too long, and you end up, you don't live your life anymore. Your life lives you. And the problem with that is you come around eventually to this place where, if you're lucky, you come out of it and you start going into the area where how do I put this? You start coming to the area of enlightenment. In enlightenment, you start to realize that the world isn't as bad as you thought it was. It's not as good as what you dreamed it was, but it's not as bad as you thought it was. That the possibilities are there. They may not be as rich as you thought they were, but they're there. You start looking at the world through this enlightened set of eyes, where you You can enjoy things. You enjoy the company of your friends better. You're not looking for, you don't have expectations of people that they just can't meet. In fact, you probably under-expect, but appreciate their achievements when they actually perform well. So, you know, you get to this place where you're actually in a healthier frame. And that healthier frame I call enlightenment. You can enjoy the company of your women friends more richly and more fully because you don't expect everything to end with a roll in the hay. You appreciate them more as people than just a piece of ass. Your expectations may be lower, but your enjoyment of life is richer. Now, does this mean you should have low expectations in enlightenment? No. But the deal is the expectations you should have should always be of yourself. Remember what I said about fight or flight in the disillusionment phase in the hermitage. If you stay in the hermitage phase, you're in flight mode. You're going off to heal yourself. Well, what does a warrior do when they're in the healing mode? A warrior, while they're in the hermit state, will go in and work on their skills, sharpen and hone their skills, sharpen and hone their weapons, improve their armor, repair and improve their armor. They will get better. They will move themselves beyond. They will prepare themselves for better things. That's where the enlightenment comes in, is when you move from the hermit phase into this new zone of running the kingdom as the warrior. You come out of it, you fight what fights need to be fought. You're able to recognize the fights for what they are. You have expectations of people that are reasonable. And you're able to enjoy things like the sunrise, the company of a wonderful friend. You're able to more richly and fully enjoy those friendships because you recognize them for their heart and for their core and not for what they look like on the surface. Anyway, that's my ideas of the phases of life. I think that I've reached the enlightenment phase. I'm still working on it. I've got a lot of work to do. But I hope y'all found this interesting. It starts off with the dream state, or what some people call the blue pill. The awakening, which is the beginning of the red pill. Through disillusionment, and disillusionment and the hermitage are parts of the red pill. And that's where, and the hermitage is where a lot of people get stuck in MGTOW and other things where they just refuse to move beyond their own bad place. But those with a warrior's heart will move beyond it and go into the enlightenment phase as a much better person, more thoughtful, more deep, richer, and able to better enjoy their life. The enlightenment phase is beyond the red pill. You can't get stuck in the pills. You have to move beyond them. Enlightenment is the sobriety after both the blue pill and the red pill have been weaned out of your system. Thank you all. I hope you found this interesting. Be good. God bless.